A beautiful morning to you, amazing viewers. I hope it is still safe to say Happy New Year. It is an honor to grace your screen this morning. I am Adishewa Urioye, your anchor for today's edition of Now Streaming. And with me in the studio are Mr. John Dunu, a familiar face, a social commentator, and Miss Bukola Okorodos. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning to you.
yes.
Good morning to our viewers.
Yeah, I wanted to come back to you and greet you, especially, you've been gracing our screen all through 2024, 2023. So, I just wanted to do something a little special greeting.
Please go ahead. You can do that.
All right. So, Bukola Okorodos is the CEO of the Little Thespian Project. So, like I said, good morning once again, Mr. John Dunu. And thank you for 2024 for gracing our screen. At any time we call you, you're always here for us.
It's always my pleasure.
Yes, sir. And to you, well, I love your hairstyle.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, viewers, remember you're part of this conversation, so you can always feel free to, call using the phone number showing on your screen, or you can send in your comment via any of our social media platforms also showing on your screen. Viewers, you're welcome to our discussion segment as we'll be discussing the topic of New Year resolutions. Now, as we step into a brand new year, many of us take the opportunity to reflect on our lives, goals, and aspirations. We even set resolutions, make promises to ourselves, and vow to make positive changes. But have we ever stopped to think, why do we make these New Year resolutions in the first place? Well, to discuss this topic, I still have my studio guest with me, Mr. John Dunu and Miss Bukola Okorodos. She's actually the CEO of the Little Thespian Project, and we are going to discuss the New Year resolution. Thank you for still being with me in the studio here and dishing
Pleasure.
your opinions out. Anyways, viewers, please do not forget to call in as we have our guest here discussing all of this. I want to hear your opinion and your comments. Please call in and send in your comment. Now, speaking of, we've started 2025 and trust me, it looks like 60 days is the holiday is short, but it still look like 60 days has gone to me. And I'm so sure that a lot of people will be like, oh, this new year we'll be thinking of something, a new goal, a new objectives and all of that. So now I want to ask, what is New Year resolution and what motivates people to make these resolutions at the beginning of the year?
Well, New Year resolutions is a personal decision to, improve yourself, to ensure that this very new year is better than the last year. So you set some goals for yourself, and you try to work towards those goals and be a better person.
So, Ms. Bikola, do you think New Year resolutions work realistically? What do you think is the success rate?
I believe that it works,
Okay.
but the success rates, honestly, over 100, I would say 30, because a lot of people are not intentional about the thing called New Year resolution. Some people just go with it as a trend. Some people, oh, this year I'm not gonna agree for anybody. Like they don't really, some people just make baseless, New Year resolutions. But I do believe that if you're intentional about your resolution and you work towards it, yes, it does has like a really high success rate.
Okay,
Yes.
so are you speaking for yourself? Because I'm about to ask you what if you made yours, and you can ask me if I've made mine,
Okay.
and how is it going. Like I said, it looks like 60 days has gone.
Has
Today
gone.
doesn't look like 7th for me. It looks like I'm in March. So I would like to ask you, have you actually made, though you're at liberty not to tell us, but have you made some, and how is it coming together?
Well, I'm not very much into New Year resolutions, and I
Okay.
believe that every day is an opportunity to make a right decision. So I just try my best every day for today to be better than yesterday. But yeah, just like you rightly said, when one story come up last year was no grief for
For anybody.
anybody, and this year is a day for who, day for you.
But there for you, because when I saw it, I said that's been there. That's been there.
Day
Maybe
for who-
2022
Yeah,
or
but yeah.
2023.
Look,
Hey,
just
that's
like
been there.
Steez has been there.
Okay,
but
well
it
they
started-
brought it back. Okay,
Yeah,
so like a reinforcement.
exactly.
That okay.
Make you day for who, day for you. So that is the matter.
All right, because I would like to hear from you. Have you made yours, or it's just
Okay, so like he rightly said, New Year resolutions are something that you do every day. You remind yourself every day, I want to be because the goal is to be the best version of yourself. So have I made my New Year resolution? I would say it's like, yes, it's a reminder, even from the last year 2024 is a reminder. Okay, I want to be best version of myself. What can I do better that I didn't do better last year? So it's a continuous thing. Yes.
You said something. You spoke about trends, and I think I will agree on that when we talk about why the success rate is actually on the downside. It's New Year resolutions. It's more like trends, especially with the millennials and Gen Zs and Alpha. So it's not like there's lack of intentionality, because if each year you come up, or as a person, I think I set goals more for my birthday than even the new year. So when I'm working towards, I'm like, okay, how far have I achieved? What is left for me to do? So that is me as a person. But do you think, you already mentioned the trends, how do you think people will see beyond the trends and actually sit themselves down, and the success rate will even pick up better than it is presently?
Okay, so I would say that it's a mindset. It's where the mindset is. Some people come with their New Year resolution with vengeance. Or yes, they're like, oh, I'm not going to do this. So they don't come from a place of personalization of, oh, what can I do to be better as a person? Because it's easier to always shift blames on other people or other things, but New Year resolutions is a personal decision to yourself. So these trends that go around, I feel people don't understand. They just want to jump on it. And some people need their New Year resolution starts in January and ends in January. Once the New Year's season is they forget about it. Exactly. And so I feel like if people are more intentional about the resolution and thinking outside the box of, oh, it's just a trend, let's follow the trend, and you understand that some people take this as a personal thing to themselves to be better, and if they take it also as something that is personal to their growth, they will see changes in their life. Yes.
All right, would you like to add to that?
Yes. It's all about being very intentional. Everything she said is very correct. Being intentional and working towards your specific goal. But the bottom line is to be better than yesterday.
That is the bottom line, actually.
Yes.
All right, now, so we know that there are different types of or common types of resolutions people make. So I would like you to actually mention some, just randomly, or personal types of resolutions, so our viewers will know, like, okay, maybe they don't know that, for some people, fitness is part of, like, okay, I want to take my health, I want to we don't really have this culture of checkups, from the dentist to the highs to the, we don't have that culture. So for some people, that is their resolution. So I would like you to add more to that.
Yes, exactly. Like the health aspect, like you said, you have a car, and definitely after every certain kilometer, you have to go service your car. And this is the body driving the car. If this car that goes takes you everywhere, you have to, if you don't service it, obviously the car will not work efficiently. So part of our New Year resolutions would also be health. Taking very good care of yourself, watching your diet. Also trying to, improve yourself academically, getting some trade, getting some talent, learning new stuffs, upgrading your certificates. And I can add some for our viewers. You can learn technology, because the world this day,
Speaking
and when I
tech.
say there's no work in Nigeria and there's no job, you can just go learn how to do something. Can be become a data analyst, or become anything. I cannot just specifically tell you,
Okay.
but you can upgrade yourself. It's very important to upgrade yourself so you have something that you are
We'll put on the table.
on the table. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you?
Yes, I would like to also add to what he said. Also, for the viewers, if you know that you are lacking in some areas, for example, let me say financially, there are things that you can do. You can go learn how to be financially stable.
Okay.
There are courses to take. You can take online courses about that. Or how do I save more? How do I invest? Invest. What do I invest in? So these are things that can improve your life daily. Also, okay, if you're that kind of person that you don't spend time with family often, is something you can, I'm good this year, I'm going to spend time with my family, or I'm going to make time to at least call them every maybe 2 times in a week to check up on them. Yes, and then like you rightly said, your health is very important. Yes. So.
All right, to add to that, Nigerians, we are very funny. When we think it's only billionaires and people who has this massive inflow of money that should learn some courses or go to some seminars about money, or even read books about spending habits and the likes of that. And when you see people, they even make jest that wetin concern me concern this one, I never even make the money. But still, it starts from somewhere. There is this, I think, to me, I feel it's mentality. So it's when you change your mentality, then you will understand that all this thing is actually very, very important. So if you are in that position, it won't be new to you. You will just, you'll be able to maneuver in and out. I just pray God will help us on that. Now, you mentioned, speaking of, you mentioned trades, business, learn something. Now, the downturn of the economic part of this country is not encouraging. So how is it possible? How can one make it, how is this sustainable? Like, I want to learn a trade, and this particular trade that I have passion for, what it was, the money it was, the training fee was stipulated for is actual times 3 of how it is now. You won't blame those who increase the money, but now after this, like, it's a ripple effect. Training, then how to start up. Even if you want to start up small, it's still going to add up in one way. How do you now think that this resolution, how do one make it sustainable or even effective to carry out at the end of the day?
Okay, I think one, you can cultivate the mindset of having multiple incomes.
Okay.
Yes, we know we are in hard times, things are hard, but in that aspect, if you have different multiple income strategy where you know that, okay, you're earning from here, you're earning from here, you're earning from here. There are businesses you can start with low income, that you don't need to start with a lot of income. There are businesses you can start. So I think what they can do in that aspect is to try to go read about what business can I start that would require this low income, that I can start with maybe 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira as your budget. What business can I start with the budget that I have? And reading about it, knowing the profits, the losses. Most people, they just go into business without knowing all of these things. But being intentional about, okay, the business you want to start, and knowing that, okay, this business losses will come, but at the same time there will be profits. And when this profit comes, it's not just putting it back into the business. What else can I do? Because if you have like 3 businesses at once, even though one is maybe low, yes, it's not picking up, at least the other 2 can be able to sustain that one.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Would you like to add to
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. You just set specific, achievable goals.
Realistic ones, not unrealistic. I want to make 50 billion like Tony Olumelu. So we will party at the end of this year.
You go paint everywhere.
We'll paint everywhere red and white. Okay, Tony Olumelu is white. We used to paint.
So you set realistic goals, then you break them down. Okay, this is when I will have to achieve this. By this time, I will achieve this. Not be only you, then you know everything. You can share with somebody. Yes. Say, oh, Bob, what's up? This is what I want to do. But people you trust, because some people can just this crap, leave that in it. To say if you do, but you can incorporate people that can encourage you. So then you watch yourself, because you have to be very conscious and you have to be deliberate. You have to be, you have to be determined to achieve that, and you check yourself after 3 months. What did they happen? Where they come from? Where they go? I don't dare smarting,
Or you never be. All right, I have a comment here from Matthew or George Higby, and he says New Year resolutions is no longer necessary. Hunger and hardship has taken over people's mind.
Wow.
Not to remember New Year resolution any longer. Wow, that's actually sad. There's a viral video that those people that ask people questions, what do you want now, what will you do, and somebody was like, I just want to eat, like, just let me just be able to feed, make a chop first, then I will now have it's quite sad. And I don't know if this is a weapon to use for the people, but it is quite sad. I think if hunger is the order of the day, then how do we want to build a country who rich in things? How do people want to use their talent to build? Definitely crime is going to, this is no excuse, but crime is definitely going to increase and all of that, because people are just looking for, anybody can just convince them to do something, to just go and get 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira for them to eat. So it all still falls back to the government making people friendly implementations. They are business people who are actually, they did not jackpot, they stay here to make business and help employ people, but still there are still policies that are being made to frustrate their effort. I don't think it is fair. It is not. We just we are the future of tomorrow, but if there is no future for us to meet, I don't know how we are going to rule. Now, I would like to ask your final thoughts or words to motivate our audience in fulfilling their set resolutions for 2025. Just in seconds to round off.
Like I rightly said previously, make realistic
goals
and follow them up. Don't be negative in any way. Always be positive.
I want to chip in something. What of somebody that said he wants to marry? I know somebody that said he wants to marry 2024 and he's not married yet. So what will you say? Because we are talking about businesses, and let's put there's balance to this life.
Exactly.
There's somebody that said is the engineer. He said he wants to marry 2024. He's not married yet. What will you say to you?
He will try and carry it over to 2025.
Okay.
And make it happen.
Okay.
And in finalizing, so don't be negative and celebrate your small wins,
Okay.
no matter how tiny they are.
They
Maybe
are.
as you never married, and maybe you still get the girlfriend or this.
It's still a win.
They treat her nice and all those things.
Okay, I'm sure he had. All right, Mr. Kala.
So I would say to the viewers watching that worry less. Worry less. It's easier to worry about things that you can't change, yes, but worry less and try to be intentional about your resolution goals. Whatever it is, follow it daily. Remind yourself, write it down. There's a saying that says, write your vision down.
Okay.
So write it down, follow through it. And then he said something. He was this. I believe that this is not everything you need money to buy. Collaborate with other people. Get that mindset of, oh, I can also collaborate with my friends and all. So get people to also reach out to people to also collaborate and help you to in whatever resolution or goal that you have set for yourself for the year.
All right. Thank you very much. I want to thank you both for your input, your contribution. I'm so glad that I have you both on my show. You made it easier for me, and I'm sure my viewers are actually written down something, and they've pinpoint one thing or the other from this discussion today. Now, as we conclude our discussion on New Year resolution, viewers, remember that the true value lies not in the resolution itself, but in the process of reflection, growth, self-improvement. So whether you choose to make resolutions or not, the start of a new year offers a unique opportunity, and it reassesses, recharge, and refocuses you. Now, viewers, thank you for staying tuned. Let's make the most of 2025. I remain Adishewa Urioyi. Bye for now.